Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti. You can now get physically closer to Christ thanks to a one-day exhibit at a New Jersey church. Our Lady of Mount Carmel Oratory in Montclair is hosting more than 100 relics of saints and martyrs over the weekend, including some first-class relics of the Holy Family. Current News' Jessica Easthope gives us a preview from Montclair.
Inside this reliquary is a piece of the Blessed Mother's veil. Documents showing it's been authenticated by the Vatican date back to the 1700s. And it's just one piece of Joseph Santoro's collection of church treasures.
We're going to use the True Cross as an example.
Joseph Santoro remembers the first time he ever touched a relic. He was 17 and on a trip from his parish, St. Francis of Paula Church in Williamsburg, to Philadelphia.
It was such a good feeling to hold like not only a part of history of the church, but like what I like to call treasures.
It was the spark that ignited a devotion. In the 25 years since that day, Joseph has gone to auctions and estate sales and has acquired more than 400 relics.
I don't like to use the word buy the relics. I like to use the word rescue them. So that's what I do. I take my own personal money and my own personal time and I save them.
Joseph collects these relics as the U.S. delegate and a knight of the International Crusade for Holy Relics. The order prevents pieces of church history from getting into the wrong hands. On Saturday, Joseph will bring part of his collection of relics, including bones of all the apostles, a splinter of wood from the True Cross, and Mother Cabrini's full scarf, to Our Lady of Mount Carmel Oratory in Montclair to be venerated by the public.
Through the intercession of these particular saints, martyrs, blesseds, that's when he grants his miracles.
Father John Domenico Flora, the rector of Our Lady of Mount Carmel Oratory, says he looks forward to seeing the response to the Relics Tour.
It's important to become aware that all of us, we have a call to holiness.
Joseph keeps his collection of relics in a special room in his home. He says he'll never stop rescuing them.
It'll be until my last breath. You never know whose hands they're going to wind up in.
Joseph has documentation for all of his relics, but says the paperwork can't be shown on camera out of fear it could be forged, as the market for fakes is constantly growing. In Montclair, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
You too can venerate these relics in person. They will be on display this Saturday, February 24th from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Again, that's at Our Lady of Mount Carmel Oratory at 94 Pine Street in Montclair, New Jersey. Visitors are encouraged to make their own third-class relics by bringing items to touch to the relics. Religious items will also be available for purchase on Saturday. A new center in the Bronx now bears the name of a Brooklyn-born Catholic advocate. Manhattan College opened the Dorothy Day Center for Study and Promotion of Social Catholicism on Thursday. Cardinal Timothy Dolan blessed the center that will be a resource to learn about Catholic social justice teachings and the servant of God who spent her life fighting for the marginalized. It includes historical artifacts from Dorothy Day, like a note penned to her from Blessed Mother Teresa. Those in attendance believe having it on a college campus will inspire young people.
I've had a lot of students, both Catholic and non-Catholic, who hearing about Dorothy have been inspired to get involved in social justice causes, who've been inspired to learn about the Catholic social justice tradition.
Teachers tell you the best way, the most effective way to teach, St. John Baptist de La Salle will tell you the best way to teach is by example, by giving good examples. We need living flesh and blood examples. She is one.
I think Dorothy Day being here on our campus will really kind of demonstrate that, hey, there are radical people who are not just passive and sit by, that there are people who break the mold and who stand up for what they believe in and who are radical.
The Dorothy Day Guild, which is the official organization in the Archdiocese of New York to promote Dorothy's cause for sainthood, will be housed at the center. Parishes, schools, and the public are welcome to visit the center. For more information, visit the college's website at manhattan.edu and search Dorothy Day Center. Now, some exciting news from the organizers of the National Eucharistic Pilgrimage. The full routes and schedule of events have been revealed. Pilgrims from across the country will be traveling 6,500 miles in the 60 days leading up to the National Eucharistic Congress in Indianapolis this July. They'll walk one of 4 different routes from each corner of the country, passing through 65 dioceses, including the Diocese of Brooklyn. And of course, the Eucharist will be with them the whole way. Currents News spoke with one of the organizers, Tim Glimkowski, about how this first of its kind pilgrimage will strengthen participants' faith.
For me, when I'm in a Eucharistic procession, it strengthens my faith, right? I'm participating in something that's a witness, but it's a prayerful witness. It's an act of intercession that I'm involved in. And so we hope that everybody who either sees the pilgrimage passing or is walking in it themselves, it's an opportunity really for them to encounter Jesus and to get to know him in a new way or see him in a new light.
Tim also shared that the route starting on the East Coast in New Haven, Connecticut, may be the most culturally significant. It's called the Seton route after Elizabeth Ann Seton, and it will take participants through Manhattan, Ellis Island, and Washington, D.C. It all starts May 18th, 8 weeks before the highly anticipated Eucharistic Congress. For more information on that Congress, the pilgrimage, and the revival itself, just go to eucharisticrevival.org. 2 years of war. It was on February 24th, 2022, when Russia launched a full-scale invasion into Ukraine, starting a conflict that has led to tens of thousands killed and millions displaced. The latest on that war, Democratic senators traveled to Ukraine to express their support. The Senate recently passed a $95 billion aid package that will provide the country with weapons and ammunition. Since Russia launched its invasion, countries all around the globe have been praying for an end to the war. And leading those prayers has been Pope Francis, who has not only continuously brought attention to the conflict, he's been taking action to end it. Since the invasion of Ukraine began, Pope Francis has called for peace during nearly all of his public appearances.
Fermate questo massacro.
On some occasions, to the point of tears. He listened to the wives of the soldiers at war.
Please don't let them die.
During the Stations of the Cross in 2022, he allowed a Russian and a Ukrainian woman to walk together, carrying the cross as a sign of peace. He prayed in front of the image of St. Mary, Queen of Peace, in Rome's Basilica of St. Mary Major, the same statue that Pope Benedict XV prayed in front of for the end of the First World War. And in March 2022, Pope Francis consecrated Russia and Ukraine to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, where he warned of the danger of forgetting the lessons of the last century.
Il popolo ucraino e il popolo russo che ti venerano con amore ricorrono a te, mentre il tuo cuore palpita per loro e per tutti I popoli falcidiati della guerra.
But Pope Francis's actions went beyond prayers. He sent cardinals to Ukraine to show his closeness to those affected by the war. And diplomatically, he helped facilitate the return of some Ukrainian children who were taken to Russia during the war. Pope Francis has also met with leaders from both sides. He's had private talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and has met with several Russian Orthodox leaders. A group of nuns was recently recognized for their work helping war victims both in the U.S. and abroad.
You are powerfully expressing the mystery of what God is up to in the world in such a beautiful and simple way. And the God who especially calls us, go to the cross, go to where people are suffering.
The Sisters of the Order of St. Basil the Great received the Lumen Christi Award, which honors those who radiate the light of Christ in the community they serve. The nuns' monastery in Ukraine is only 40 miles from the front lines, but still, the sisters have helped with evacuation efforts and housed those in need. Meantime, here in the U.S., the nuns have helped Ukrainian refugees get settled in their new lives. Catholic Extension Society, who gave the award, said the women were a profound inspiration. And that is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.